It's Beer and Food O'Clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we're going to be showing you Hunger Breaks, the full Monty. It comes with baked beans, with tomato sauce, pork sausages, potato chunks, button mushrooms, mini bacon steaks, and a mini chopped and shaped beef and cereal cutlet. There we go, in a tin. And today's beer is Dog's Window Brewery's Good Boy List Tropical IPA, and that's coming in at 4.6% ABV. Let's get this stuff in a pan, warm it up, and get some toast on. Here's the tin, we've opened it. Potatoes. Oh, there's mushrooms in it as well. Oh. Get everything out. There we go. Right, let's warm it up. Oh, there's a bean. Save the bean. Right. Right, I think that is cooked enough. Get it off the heat, get it into a bowl. Here it is. I decided on a plate in the end. Put it on a bit of toast. So there's the pork sausages. There's the bits of potato. Lots of baked beans, of course. There's that weird cutlet thing I think they were talking about. Mushrooms. Revolting. Don't like mushrooms at all, me. And yeah, some toast, beans, and I think that's about it. Oh, and the circular disc. Let's find them. Where did they go? Ah, there we are. They're the bacon. Just blooming grab hold of it. There we go. Bits of processed bacon. I'm gonna let it down. I'm gonna let it cool down a moment. Get the beer out into a glass. See what we get. Oh, I think I slept too well this morning. Just trying to kind of come round a bit. Oof, need a beer to come round. Nice bit of smoke on the bottle opening. Beer in the glass then. So a tropical IPA, 4.6% ABV. Ooh. This is quite a very hazy looking beer. Loads of haze on this one. It's got a 2-finger white head. Good levels of carbonation. It's quite murky and almost muddy looking. It smells good though. I've already had a chance to get into the aroma on this. As it poured out, it was like wafting at me. Really tropical, really punchy and tropical. Just what you need to wake yourself up. Did you know, you're probably judging me by now, but did you know, before the craze of coffee, it was well known. It was normal to have a beer in the morning. I've not cracked open an Imperial Stout, or I've not cracked open a double IPA at 8% ABV. I've cracked open a very kind of respectable, that's the word, a very respectable 4.6% ABV tropical IPA to have with my breakfast. It's common in Germany, these wonderful European countries. It's common to have a beer in the morning. In fact, I was reading something the other day, just yesterday. The late great Michael Jackson, the beer writer, he purposely went to a couple of American steel forges to meet the steel workers, because it was well known that they would have a lager in the morning after they work really long hours, and they start really early in the morning, so they would have a lager after or during their shift on their break. And Michael Jackson knew that this practice was very quickly going away, and that he needed to film it, he needed to document it before this kind of culture went away. It's a real shame. I'm trying to revive it. Bacon sizzler thing. It's like cardboard. Nothing like bacon at all. Sausage. It's a bit like pate. It's a bit like a kind of a weird pate type. There's no meatiness to this sausage. It's enough that it holds together in a tin. That's what it's designed to do. I think if it was any more kind of liquid like, it would just, when you boiled it up in the pan, it would just fall apart. Still, I've mentioned before with these kind of tinned foods, there are upsides, there are benefits. You can't beat potato. Potato's that one product, that one thing you can stick anywhere and it will work. What's this? What was it called again? This is a mini beef cutlet. What on earth is a cutlet, everybody? It sounds nice, doesn't it? I think it's an old marketing strategy to get something that was slightly rubbish to sound better than it actually is. A cutlet. Slightly beefy. Same texture as the sausage. It's almost melting away in my mouth. Time for a mouthful of beer. What is the time? It's 10 to 10 in the morning. There's the clock there. 10 to 10 in the morning. I've been up since 7. I just haven't been able to wake up this morning. It's just one of those days. Hazy. Brown. Yeah. Carbonated. It was a 2-finger head. Good aroma. Very tropical. Juicy kind of. Smells a bit like Parma violets. Let's dive in. Cheers. Yeah, it's like Parma violets. It's like very floral. Very floral, but very drinkable, very drinkable. It's almost immediately got rid of my gruff voice. And I feel like I'm coming alive. Juicy, grapefruity-ish, lemon-like. It's malty and biscuity and grainy. Lots of carbonation, pushes the beer on the inside of the mouth. Yeah, Parma violets with lots of floralness. I'm going to continue my speech, if you like, my little morning rant about drinking beer in the morning. I mean, up until 200 years ago, it was only I mean, let's just be frank. Let's be frank with one another here. Alcohol, yeah, it's a drug, yeah? But so is coffee. Coffee is a drug. It's the way... It's peer pressure. It's you should drink coffee in the morning because it's the normal thing to do. A couple of 100 years ago, it would have been drink a beer in the morning. It's the normal thing to do. And over time, that's just been etched away. It's a bit like a rock on the side of the beach that's been battered by the sea for hundreds of years. It just wears away. It just kind of goes away. And of course, culture changes, society changes. But we're at the point now where they're building drive-throughs for coffee parlours. I don't get that whatsoever. Don't get me wrong. I love a cup of coffee. I've had a cup of coffee this morning. You've probably seen my Crupps and Nespresso, that Dolce Gusto video. I like a coffee. I'm not beating on coffee. I'm just beating on the push beer to one side. That's what I'm beating on. The taxation of beer and the ooh, he's having a beer in the morning. He must be an alcoholic. What we should do in the beer industry is look for a word, like we've been labelled, haven't we? If you drink lots of alcoholic drinks, you're an alcoholic. We should come up with a term for caffeine, a caffeine-oholic or caffeine or coffee something, just to label these people, just to turn it around a bit into beer's favour. Because very quickly, it wasn't that long ago, politicians, when they gave out the budget, they were drinking beer. Snooker players on the television used to drink beer. Darts players, I think some of them might still drink beer, but a lot of them don't. It was the normal thing to do. Snooker evolved with alcohol, snooker clubs. There's always a bar in a snooker club. Darts, of course. Darts originated as a pub game. And now they don't drink beer whilst they're playing professional darts. It's a very weird thing. It's a very, yeah. Don't drink beer. It's you'll become an alcoholic. Right, I'm going to attempt to make myself I'm going to get rid of them mushrooms straight away. Right, so we have... This is going to get messy. Sausage, beans, bit of potato, folded up, one hand. Oh, we're lucky we got a bacon circular thing as well. Yes. Now I'm awake. Bit of beer, bit of food. I'm ready to take on the world. It's all down to education. It wasn't, I think it was a school in Cornwall was the last school to give young children beer on their breakfast and lunch times. Small beer, children's beer. I think that was the 1940s. So we're talking about 60, 70, 80 years ago. Which is not really that long in the grand scheme of things. Right. dishcloth because some of you don't like food on my face. Right, rating the full Monty Hunger Breaks. I'm going to be honest, jammed in between a slice of toast, that was the real deal. I enjoyed that. I don't pretend to, it is weird food, don't get me wrong, it is weird food in a tin. But there's something that's slightly charming about this. I've worked on many building sites over the years in the middle of nowhere. Nowhere to buy food, nowhere to get drink. If you don't take your own sandwiches, which get really boring after a few weeks, you're constantly looking for something decent to eat, especially when you're freezing cold in the middle of a winter on a windswept mountain somewhere. I've been there, sticking fencing up on the side of a mountain, blowing a gale up the South Wales valleys, freezing. And something like this, just to bang in the microwave, warm your hands up and have a cup of tea and a bit of warm dinner, you probably couldn't get through your day without that type of thing. You couldn't, there's only so many times you can sit and eat a ham sandwich or a cheese sandwich and it would completely kind of bore you. You'd end up quitting your job. You'd end up quitting your job. Something like this is a little bit of warmth, a little bit of, I'm not going to call it quality, just a little bit of warmth. Yeah, it's a 6 out of 10 for the food. The beer, it's lovely. Don't worry about the look of the beer. These beers are generally quite hazy to look at these days. Good carbonation, looks good, smells good, tastes good. I like that enough to give it a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box, subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews, give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! Cheers!